Hi guys, it's Sandy from CanadaLightworkers.com. If you are anywhere, I believe in Ontario today, but in other regions as well, you're seeing what I'm seeing. And if I turn it around, I'm not getting the justice of the sky color today. I'm in Ontario. It's just after 6 o'clock, and we're told it's the smoke from wildfires that is sort of wafting this way. And if you've been out at all today, you know there's a weird smell in the air. It smells like a combination of burning wood and sort of a wire burning, sort of metallic kind of smell. We had this a couple of years ago as well that I remember when it was this bad. If you suffer from migraines, this might be your day. If you have arthritic conditions, this might be your day. Here it's now starting to sort of rain off and on, and we're really hoping that that clears at least some of the air quality. I read on my weather app on my phone earlier that this is the worst weather quality in the world today in Canada, in Ontario, I think specifically. So if that's what you're experiencing, I just want to let you know I'm experiencing that too, and I cannot wait for this to actually clear up. Also, a lot of YouTubers in the city in Toronto, I'm just north of Toronto, are out and they're showing you what this looks like. A friend of mine sent a photo from Oakville where it's just a sand-colored sky. That's it. Again, north of the city, we're seeing a little bit more sky than that, but not a whole lot. And more than one person has described the sky today and the whole atmosphere as eerie. I can't really remember when it's been this eerie. Went for a walk earlier and we were the only ones for blocks. Didn't pass a car, didn't pass another person walking a dog, nobody cutting the grass. That's weird. This is a high concentration neighborhood, tons of schools nearby. I know the kids are out, but it gives credence to the number of kids around in this area. They're usually on those crazy motorized scooters that whip past you before you even have a chance to notice that they've actually gone by. My dogs noticed, but they don't really like them. But nothing, absolutely nothing, no one, no thing, nothing was out in our walk sort of mid-afternoon. Again, that's weird. But so if you're out here, there's probably a lot of people you can look to actually show you what this looks like today and describe the smells and the atmosphere. What I thought we would do is take a look at the energy around this crazy sky where it doesn't look like a sky that we grew up with, that we know, that we can reference. It's not often, it's solid one color that I would describe as a gray, gold, yellow, tan. Yeah. Hopefully it's cleared up by tomorrow. But let's have a look at the energy around today's weather, because I know it's not to start a theory. It's not to dispel a theory. It's just to look at what's the energy around this crazy weather today. And it's making people feel weird. It's making people want to stay in and not go out and feel like it's almost not safe to breathe this. Or what is it doing to us? Is it causing headaches? I got to get this card that just fell out. Hang on. Huh. Okay. So the first card I've got is Accomplice. Let's see where these cards actually take us for the energy around the weather today, around this crazy atmosphere that we're in. Disinformation is another one. A lot of people question the source of the smoke of, is this planned? Is it pre-planned? Do they know it's going to be today? I don't know. Let's see what else we can get. We're going to pull 5 cards and just see what we get with this. Safe house. Now, interesting. I hope you can see this. It's actually a house on a lake in the mountains. Looks quite like Alberta. Looks quite like BC. They're not getting what we're getting. Safe house. Okay. break-in protocol. This is very different weather than we're used to, especially for July. Yeah, this doesn't fit in with what we're used to at all. Break-in protocol with construction people. They're dressed in construction clothes. That's what it looks like to me. Mental break. Yeah, this is how I felt a lot of the day. Migraine, really bad headache, really bad sinuses, a lot of pressure from the air, from the atmosphere. This is the Echoes of the Unsolved deck, in case you're wondering. I think it's great, and that's what it looks like. So just very unsettled, just really, yeah, just unsettled. Also, I noticed this morning at about 10 o'clock, the cars going down the street all had their lights on. That's how dark it was. Now, maybe that's normal if it's pouring outside or obviously nighttime or going into the evening. I really can't remember a time when it was 10 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock, whatever it was, and all the cars had their lights on. And actually, you know, the street lights are on sensors, or at least every third one or so around here, and the street lights were on. That's how dark it was. Okay, I've been encouraged to keep going, so I'm going to keep going here. Let me have a look. Okay, let's see what we get. In custody. Odd. Maybe the explanation is already known by some, and they're keeping it from other people. Interesting. That's an interesting one for me. Off the record. This guy looks like a government agent. Off the record. Maybe we really don't know all the ins and outs of why today, why this way, why does it smell different, why does it look different depending on where you are. Now, that could just be because the wind is blowing smoke in certain directions, and wherever you are, you're going to get a slightly different version of it. But at the same time, it's just so odd. Okay, I want to look here too. Just a couple more cards because I want to see a picture or a pattern. Whoa. Checkpoint. Checking in with someone, making sure that this, you know, sun goes off without a hitch, that kind of thing. Checking in. I'm checking with you guys to see if you're noticing this. If you're watching this from somewhere else in the world, you can probably look up other videos as well to see that this is a very odd day, especially for Ontario. And one more. Compromised data breach. Okay. All right. If there's some sort of record of doing this, or there's some sort of record of protocol that's not normal for today, and that's leading to the unsettled weather, that's really what I wanted to have a look at. So I hope you're having a sort of, my day's not bad, but it started out not great, with a ton of pressure here, a ton of pressure on my head, to the point of, you know, very near migraine feeling. So that one card, the mental break card, that's really it. That's really summing it up with the weather for me. Again, if you're arthritic or have a sensitivity to air pressure, wherever, if it's your sinuses, your back, your knees, whatever, this may be affecting you as well. You know, it's just an odd thing. When this happened years ago, from what I recall, I believe it was during COVID, and I mean, people were sort of more in their homes anyway, but I remember looking out, and just the smells would change throughout the day and wouldn't be the same for too long. Like we might get 2 or 3 hours of one smell, then we'd get 2 or 3 hours of more like a wood smell, then it would go back to like a metal kind of burning, wiry kind of smell. And that lasted, I think, for a couple of days. Maybe you remember it as well, but whatever the circumstance, it's a really weird day. And as it sits here right now at being just after 6 p.m., I think this is the clearest that we've seen. Although as soon as I was starting this video, I could hear the thunder rumbling in the background. So fingers crossed we're going to get some rain. The energy around weather is always interesting for me, and obviously massively atmospheric. When people use words like eerie or unsettling, or they don't really want to go out for long and they don't want their kids out for long, they don't really want to be breathing in any more of this than they absolutely have to, it sort of strikes a chord, and it makes it kind of an odd day that we just, are looking forward to getting this cleared up. And with the heat that we've had, at least it's not massively hot. I don't think it's in the 30s today. I think it's been in the 20s most of the day. And the cars I see right now going by my office all have their lights on as well. So it's still super dark. If I didn't have my light on, this room would be completely dark right now. So whatever you're doing, wherever you are, enjoy the rest of your day. One more card. As guided. Adrenaline rush. Yeah, looking forward to this being over. Looking forward to blue skies, or at least clouds, or something that's identifiable in the sky that makes it clearer and a little bit easier for everyone, so we can all breathe a little easier. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, in a clearer day, no doubt. Bye-bye.